Hi there, I'm Seb Maley from Qdos, and in this video we'll have a look at the recent story about HMRC's own use of contractors. Given the advances in technology over the past 20 years or so, particularly those around both personal and corporate tax, HMRC have been one of the major proponents of digital change amongst government departments and wider public sector bodies. Given much of this will have come by way of major but confined and temporary projects, they have always been prolific users of contractors. Contractors will have been used as part of engagements with consultancies who are delivering a project in its entirety, but HMRC will also have made use of a large population of contingent labour, which will often have been supplied via agencies. Indeed, and with an obvious irony, HMRC's CESS tool for determining employment status will have been developed in no small part by contractors before it was originally released in 2017. And in that year, when the reform to IR35 was introduced in the public sector, HMRC's policymakers will have forced their colleagues in their digital and technology departments to make some difficult decisions about how they engage flexible labour. As you would probably expect, while HMRC were aggressively challenging the activities of other government departments, their own approach to engaging contractors was very hard-lined. In the private sector, we heard much about organisations blanketing all of their contractors as inside IR35, and HMRC were one of the first exponents of this tactic back in 2017. In the 6 years since then, things have obviously moved on a bit. Increasingly now, organisations both in the public and private sector have found the happy medium between remaining compliant whilst also benefiting from the use of genuinely independent contractors working outside IR35. And it would seem that the theory of this is backed by HMRC's guidance. The CESS tool, which is heavily promoted by HMRC as the optimum method of determining status, only determines that 24% of engagements it tests are inside IR35. So have HMRC softened their view internally when it comes to contractors it engages? No, is the short answer. Their recently released annual report and accounts cover details of their engagement of contractors, and it shows that they are still heavy users of flexible workers, with 980 individuals engaged and a total of £195 million spent on contingent labour. Of those 980 workers, not one was operating outside IR35, which does seem to be in contrast to both the lay of the land in the wider economy, but also, as I mentioned, to HMRC's own CESS tool. Perhaps they're doing this as some form of example, or perhaps they are acutely aware of not wanting to leave themselves open to accusations of hypocrisy when they have so aggressively challenged both contractors and engagers with IR35 over the past 23 years. Perhaps it shows that beneath all the guidance and the rhetoric about taking reasonable care, HMRC ultimately take a dim view of the engagement of contractors. Whatever the reason, it's a shame that after all of the upheaval and reform, HMRC and the government are failing to demonstrate that there is a viable balance that organisations can find to enable them to be nimble, competitive and progressive when it comes to engaging talent in the modern economy. Anyway, please subscribe to our channel for more updates like this. We will keep you posted, as always, on any future developments and stories of note, so we'll see you next time.